Yes, everybody. Lasgidi effects. Back to you. Welcome if you're joining us for the first time. This is Lasgidi effects. My name is Bemigan. With me, I have Mossy Boy. Mossy Boy, how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, still,
Mossy
still same
Boy.
old, right?
Arsenal shamed me last week now. I
Arsenal do
mean,
waiting.
they shamed me last week now. I mean, for
I beg,
weekend rather.
I beg, I
If
beg, I
you
beg,
didn't
I
know, if
beg.
you didn't watch the show last week, Mossy Boy here was sure that Norwich were going to beat us now.
Yeah,
But guess
because
what happened?
because that is the way the game is going before we get lucky. Anyway, so yeah,
So
it's
you don't
true.
think
We
we
get
dominated
lucky.
the game?
What? What?
Okay, you know what? We're
What?
gonna we're gonna get right
Come
into
on.
all the analysis in a moment. Let me just kick off the show properly.
Tick tock, time na money. Ori, me, check a shake yori. Lick it, come and take me away to the place of my desire. I don't wanna be there.
Okay, so yeah, we're back, right? For those who don't know, it's Last Giddy Effect. We're just a bunch of Niger boys. We come on here, talk about football, talk about us now. So if you did, yeah, ride with us, ride with us. Let me start seeing my brothers in the chat section. Akuma is here, people. Akuma say my brothers have a good show tonight. Sorry, I couldn't join you. We miss you, Akuma. Hopefully, we see you on the show soon. So, Mossy boy, tell me, you think we got lucky against Norwich?
Oh my God. I'm not sure. Maybe probably you might probably be watching a different game, but we got lucky.
Really?
I'm telling you, we got lucky.
Mossy boy,
If
first of all, okay,
listen,
finish.
listen, if the ball hit the post, then Pepe was falling down. He managed on his falling on his one of his leg is hanging in the air, hit the ball straight to where Aubameyang is, and he just tap it in. So it's because we're not looking like scoring at all. Even Norwich more looking like scoring than Arsenal. We just keep the possession.
Well,
So
I mean,
possession
you
doesn't
make
count.
you make a valid point. People
I,
will
I
talk. Okay,
I
finish.
remember when and Atata is doing the same thing. When Arsene Wenger lose a game, it will come back and be telling in the press that we dominate, we have more If you look at the game, we have more possession. At the end of the day, what's the scores? You understand what I mean? Possession doesn't count. If possession counts, yeah, for 22 years Arsene Wenger is there, we will have won more Premier League games than any other team in the Premier League
Okay,
because we have more possession. But possession is not football these days. It's the result.
very
So
true, very true. And I feel you. Big ups to you, Gio. Gio says, "What's good, guys? We're great. Welcome to the show." But let me say something, right? You're
yes,
very
yes,
right. When we play quote and unquote smaller teams,
yeah.
because they tend to play a bit more defensively,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to keep a lot more possession. It's just what it's going to be. If we play Man
Yeah,
City, it won't be like that. When we play Chelsea, it wasn't like that either,
yeah.
right? But what I think was good about our game was
Mm-hmm.
boy, we had 30 shots. When last did you watch a game where Arsenal shot the ball 30 times?
Okay, this is the thing. We have 30 shots. How many is on target?
It was 7 on target out of 30.
Six.
Oh,
Six.
6? Okay.
Six on target. How many goals did we score?
1 goal.
So it says it all about Arsenal.
So we're
So
shooting, but we're either
we
just
we shoot
shooting
we're
on
shooting
sites or not
we're
shooting
shooting and we're
efficiently.
shooting wide. It doesn't go. It's only six that go to target, right? In Arsene Wenger's days, if we have that 30 shot, maybe probably half of those shots will be on target, even though we only score one goal,
We only score 1 goal. Well,
right?
valid. Does that now say something about maybe the quality of the
You
players
you
and the quality
you
of
kn-
the shots they're
no,
taking,
no, 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 no,
or
no.
is it just a tactical
You
issue?
can tell now that it's not the quality of the players. This is down, actually down to the manager. I'm telling you, right? But a lot of people still saying that Ateta is still going to what's it called, do good. It's going to. Seriously. This guy has got nothing to offer because we're playing Norwich. We Arsenal and Norwich, they are on the same level. That's why the game is like that. Against Burnley, it's going to be different. Against another team, again, if we are playing Brighton, we will lose that game. That on Saturday afternoon because Brighton, they're playing more exciting football than Arsenal right now.
Okay, okay.
So
I mean, Mercy Boy is back with the big strong opinions again. People now going to save me for this studio today. Oh. But before we go, right, a few talking points about that game before we move on to something else, right?
yeah.
Ateta chose to play Ramsdale over Leno. What do you think about that?
Well, he played really well, and the reason why we say that is kind of he control his 6 yard box better than Leno. His distribution is quicker. He doesn't. He does. He, well, maybe probably I don't. He doesn't. He didn't do anything wrong in that game. Maybe probably because of the opposition that we're playing. So he didn't really make a spectacular save, but
I mean, there wasn't really much to save, to be
there's
honest.
really more to
Norwich.
save. So it's Norwich. So I want to see him. I would really love to see him against. But I was seeing now that he said Arteta was saying that um, Leno is going to be out for 2 games. Then
I
against
mean,
Spurs,
I
it's
mean,
going to
yeah,
be.
that's the rumor we're hearing.
I would really love to see the
So
Ramsdale against Spurs
you would like it if Ramsdale, sorry,
to see
continues
what.
to,
To see
oh,
what he's all
okay.
about.
That's an interesting one. Another
Mhm,
person I wanted to ask your thoughts about was Ainsley
mhm.
Maitland-Niles, because obviously we know the situation with Ainsley. He wants to
Yeah,
play in the midfield. He hasn't
yeah,
really gotten his chance.
yeah,
He got his chance to play in the midfield
yeah.
against Norwich. And what did you
Mm.
make of his performance?
Um, it's I'll be honest, yeah. It's not his performance is not really spectacular. I was watching him closely. I would advise him to just go and play the right back
I
or
mean, he moved to right
left
back at some point during the
at some
game.
point. So, but he's playing in that middle because all our midfielders are. You can see the difference when Partey came on. You can see the absolutely different class when Partey came on is the distribution because Maitland Nice is holding the ball too long. He dresses the ball too. In these days in the Premier League, you don't want to be dressing the ball
For too long
for
because
too long that
the press
much.
is intense and all that.
You
Let me
understand
try
what I
to
mean?
set you up before we leave that topic.
Yeah.
Xhaka and Maitland-Niles, who would you rather have in the middle?
Xhaka and Maitland Nice, none of them.
Mossy boy doesn't play, man. Big ups to
No,
you.
none of the
Big
above.
ups to you, man. Ali. He said Tade is going to wear a Stan Kroenke mask on Halloween. Tade is
Yeah.
done with Stan Kroenke, I promise you. Goodness, Dad. Big ups to you. Welcome to Lasgidi Effect. He says the coaching is the issue. If you give the same group of players to Brendan Rodgers, for example,
they they will produce.
we'll play like world beaters. I mean,
That's
we've
correct.
said that a lot on this show.
Hmm.
We're not a lot of fans don't really trust the level of Arteta's coaching and the quality as well.
Hmm.
But I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, Arteta is our
But,
manager
but
at the moment, and there's
what I
not
want to
much you
say
can
is
do.
Ateta playing the Premier League, but as a coach, he doesn't know the intense. He doesn't know what level the players have to be to play in the Premier League because he play in the Premier League is not a world class himself. He's not a world class player. He's not he's just captain Arsenal for a short period of time. So he think that yeah he's arrived, but it doesn't know I tell you those players that we have there they are very good players. Give them to like what someone just said. Give them to Brendan Roger. Give them to some experienced manager that they've played on the biggest stage than Atata. You will see what they're going to
You
bring
would
out of those
do
players.
a lot better.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've always said this, especially with somebody like Aubameyang.
Hmm.
The way Aubameyang's goals went down, I didn't
Mm.
believe that that's something that was possible.
Yeah.
And there's still a debate about whether it's a tactical thing or it's the player. But anyways, let's move on, right?
Mm.
Uh, So this week we're back again in action. This weekend we're back again in action against Burnley. This
Yeah.
time we're going away from home.
Yeah.
If you remember last season, it was never really enjoyable with Burnley when we
Yeah.
played the first leg when we played them. They beat us 1-0 and was an
Mm.
Aubameyang own goal. I remember it
Mm.
was such a devastating
Mm.
game. The second game, Aubameyang had scored this fantastic goal
Mm.
But then between Leno and Granit Xhaka, they gave Burnley an equalizer, and the game ended 1-1. Um, so, but now we go
So
to
they took 4 points from us last season,
yeah, they
right?
took 4 points on us last season. We haven't beaten them in the last three meetings. Um,
Say
so
no more.
it's definitely a in some sort of way you can look at it based on recent trends and say it's a tough game for us. But what do you think Arsenal would do in that game
Remember, I watched Burnley when they played. I can't remember who they played. Um, I can't remember who they
over the
played
weekend?
over the
No,
weekend.
they
Yeah.
played Everton. They lost to
Oh,
Everton 3-1.
they lost to Everton 3-1. So it's because Everton has got a better manager. They playing better than us, so they beat them. So at the moment, the way Burnley played, they play really well. They're just unlucky to concede those three goals because Everton are very ruthless in front of goals. But if it is Arsenal, then because Burnley score first. So
Yeah,
if Burnley score Arsenal first,
first
that's the
it's
end
an
of it.
issue because you know Arsenal
That's the
now
end
once
of
they
it.
scores first is a problem. I
Yeah,
mean, but
that's
Burnley
the end
haven't
of
won a game this season. They've played. I mean, we've already played 4 games this season.
it.
They've lost 3 and they drew 1, so they have only 1 point. So it's a
So they're below us, right?
yeah, they're below us, but at the end of the day, what we're 16th, they're like 18th or
Mhm.
something. It's not
Beg.
we're not where we're supposed to be. Let me take a few comments real quick.
Yeah.
Gunnar's dad said also with Ainsley Maitland-Niles, I think he can play in the midfield. It just depends on coaching. As he's as he played against United in midfield, and Pogba saluted his
Yeah, let me say
performance.
something. Let me say something about that. This comment. He went on loan to West Brom last season. He was playing in the midfield.
Yeah,
It doesn't make any difference into the. But I believe that's the reason why West Brom decided not to pursue him anyway because look at what was it called Joe Willock when he went to Newcastle. It made a lot of difference to Newcastle midfield.
yeah.
But Ainsley Maitland-Niles went to West Brom. It doesn't make any difference to them. They still went down. So and Joe Willock's goal actually keep Newcastle into the Premier
In
League
the
last
Premier
season.
League.
So
I mean,
uh,
there's for me, it's tricky because I mean, for a lot of Arsenal fans, we do love Ainsley.
yeah.
He's one of the Haaland boys.
Hmm.
And we see his quality, right? So, for example, I see that he's a fast player. He's an athletic guy. He has a football brain. I just feel like he
Hmm.
needs to deliver a lot more
But
output for us to start
if
to
you will have
trust him.
asked me earlier, who should I keep between Maitland-Niles and Willock? I will keep Willock.
Obviously, because Willock
Yeah,
has goals, right?
yeah.
Willock, I mean, of our midfield, he scored of all our midfielders last season,
Mm,
including our attacking midfielders. Willock was the one that
mm.
got the highest number of goals, even though he got them
Yeah,
for
but
Newcastle.
since Ainsley Maitland-Niles graduated to the first team, how many goals has he scored for Arsenal? He hasn't.
He
I don't
hasn't
remember he
scored a
has
lot,
scored.
but he plays. He has mostly played as a defender, though,
Yeah, he
and
has
as a
mostly
wing back.
played it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, I would have kept Willock. I always said at the beginning of the season, even though I was okay to sell Willock if we got good money,
Mm.
but I was also okay if we had kept him because Willock
Well,
means
we
goals.
should have sell these guys
Willock will give you goals from midfield.
When Wolves wants to sign him for 30 million. Then we should have taken. Is it 30 or 20 million? We should have taken the money
Yeah, I
and
think it
just
was like 20
run.
mil. Well, we
Yeah,
didn't. It's
we
what it's
didn't.
the
Yeah.
Arsenal way now. You know how many boys in
Hmm.
KTR, all these boys that got bids at some point that we didn't sell and we're not
Yeah.
using at the moment. Theo is
Mm.
here. I'm not sure who Theo is excited to see, but he says long time was surprised seeing you live. If it's us, you mean it's not us because we were still live last week.
Last week.
But big up to you, Theo. Thank you for watching Lasgidi Effect.
Mm.
So yeah, Mossy boy, I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
you your prediction:
Eh,
Burnley versus Arsenal.
we're losing trust.
Mossy boy,
I'm still. Listen, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Even though if Arsenal went on to we've beaten Norwich, we went on to beat Burnley, we beat Spurs, and we go on and beat Brighton. If we win all those 4 games, I still want Ateta out because it's not going to do it for us. Trust, it will not. We're going to. I can see Arsenal finishing below 8 this season.
really?
I am telling you, yes. We don't. We got with this manager. We got nothing. We are not ruthless at all. Look at. Let me give you an example here. I want you to. I know we are not at their level, right? I want you to watch Liverpool in front of goal. I want you to watch Man City in front of goal. I want you to watch I will bring Everton. Who is there again? I want
I
you
mean,
to watch
Manchester United
Manchester
gets a lot of
United
goals as
in
well.
front of goals. When Arsenal is playing these days, it's so, when Arsenal play under Arsene Wenger, you can see, you will definitely guarantee goals. Even though if the Arsenal is not scoring goals under Arsene Wenger, the game will be so good to the extent that you will be talking about the number of chances. We don't, under this guy, we don't create chances. We're not ruthless. If the players doesn't look that they want to be there, they don't look like they're playing for the manager, then why? Any team that we want to go and play now, we are bound that just have in your head that we're going to go and lose. Burnley is a tough team to go and play away. We'll
Yeah,
probably
I mean,
lose
like
to
I
them
said,
again.
I agree with you in the sense that they've been a tough opposition for the last 3 games and we haven't beaten them. But
Hmm.
I mean, the reason why I don't agree with you in like how badly you think we're going to finish this season isn't because I like the manager, right? But it's
We're
because
not
I
going
think
if
that we have the
mm,
players have individual quality, right?
yeah.
And no matter how bad the tactics are, that individual quality will show up every now
Look,
and then.
let me
So
sorry to cut you short, right?
okay,
If we are talking of the Arsenal right now, don't mention tactics, because we don't have tactics. We don't we don't even have formation. It's just like watching Arsenal these days. It's just like they went out and picked 11 men in the street to come and play. That is the way it looks like. We don't have no formation, no tactics. If we are losing, we don't know what to do. To the manager doesn't know what to do to to overcome the game. Every time we're losing, we never know how to, okay, what can I do to at least to get something out of this game. It's just clueless.
okay.
So we
I mean,
don't we don't want to be talking about tactics, please.
oh, well, I mean, but what point I was just trying to make is that we do have some good players,
Yeah, we
and
do.
I mean,
Yes.
you look at someone like Nicolas Pepe. Every now and then,
Hmm.
it will pull something, right? He will
Yeah,
dribble a player, will get a goal.
that's
Bukayo
correct.
Saka will drag himself
Hmm.
into the box and get you a
Yeah,
penalty.
yeah, yeah.
Aubameyang will score a goal. Lacazette will use all his body, he will get something.
Hmm.
So I feel because we have that quality in our team,
Hmm.
regardless of how bad the tactics seem to be,
Hmm.
we would always get these wins, especially against small teams, right?
Hmm.
And because of that is why I think that we would at least be able to maintain eighth.
Mm.
Uh, but we're gonna see, right? I know as the people are watching the show, there are a lot of people in the comment section. Most Randy Viper, wow, it's been a while since I saw
It's
Randy
been a
Viper.
while, yeah.
Randy Viper says most people Gumga was right. Big ups to you, Randy Viper. Welcome. We missed you on
What
the show.
on what ground you're right? I don't understand.
I'm not sure. Maybe because I said that we'll beat Norwich last week or something. I'm not sure. Uh,
Oh, okay, okay. But we
it
but
says Ateta Master Class. Oh my God! Long time no see. Long time no see. Theo, I think Theo wants to come into the studio.
yeah,
Theo, I'm going to
you
let
can
you into the
pin.
studio very briefly. Because
Yeah.
we're trying to keep the show, and as we said at the start, we're trying to
Mm,
keep the show a bit shorter. We're going to try to do like we're doing 15 and 30 minutes. But you can come in the show quickly to give your thoughts about the coming game against Burnley. Uh, yeah, it's that's exactly. You said Norwich will win, Mossy boy. LOL. But you see,
yeah, but I said it, but
we
like I
still
said,
beat them.
we still beat them. So,
But
but
anyways, let me
I will take the 3 points. So yeah,
of
of
course
course.
let me get your
Mm.
thoughts about what I think is probably the
Have you
star
dropped the
game.
link for Theo that wants to
Yeah,
come?
yeah, I put it in the chat
Okay,
already.
okay,
So Theo, you can click on that link to join us in the studio.
okay,
But one of the big games this weekend, right? Just to talk a little bit about the other things happening in the league. What I think is
yeah.
the biggest game this weekend is Tottenham Chelsea.
Ah,
Uh
yeah.
I feel like it will
I,
probably
I
be a terrible game. Like it will be so boring.
I don't want any of them to win.
Because it will be negative tactics on both sides, both
On both
managers
sides.
being extremely pragmatic. Uh,
Mm,
but I see a case where if Tottenham gets one goal, then it's over. But
mm.
I mean, Chelsea also now have this guy that has proven he has proven himself from day one. This
You mean
man called
Lukaku?
Lukaku. He scored a great goal again during the
That
week in the
trust
Champions League.
that guy
That
is a
guy is
monster, man.
super dangerous, man. Like,
Super,
it just
super
needs a
dangerous.
little space. It's going to like bullies way.
Mm.
But what do you think? I know you say you don't want anybody to win, but what do you think is gonna happen in that game?
I would, if the two of them play draw, I'll be happy because they both drop points. And again, I would just want to drop this in. I was watching Champions League yesterday. I'm so jealous, man. I was
Brother.
watching. I was watching on Tuesday, Wednesday. I was watching Chelsea. This is what I'm saying here. Chelsea was not playing well in that game, but they still get the result. You understand what I mean? But Chelsea really because they have a very good goalkeeper, they have a very good squad in every single department. So they rarely concede goal. Look at Manchester City yesterday. They're so ruthless against what was it called? Against
I think it
uh,
was it Leipzig or who was it against?
Leipzig just went to go and look for trouble for scoring 3 goals. Man City just said what?
Yeah,
They
but
just like
that and funny thing, this is what I say, right? Is that sometimes football isn't really about. I mean, it's good for teams like Chelsea that don't concede a lot of goals.
yeah,
I mean, it's better, especially when you're playing in the tougher parts of the season.
yeah.
But generally, the team
hmm
that wins a football game is the team that scores more goals. So
That's
it didn't
you
really matter
understand
that
why?
Leipzig
Mm-hmm.
scored 3 goals and one of their players got a hat trick yesterday. What
Yeah,
mattered was that Man City scored 6 goals.
6 goals.
You know,
Yes.
so if you can unlock goals in your
Mm-hmm.
team, you're gonna get
Yeah.
points because even if you concede, you will
Mm.
always score. And I think for a long time, this is what a manager like Arsene Wenger had, is
Mm-hmm.
that he knew how to get goals.
Goals.
So
Yeah.
even if he was conceding and his defense wasn't as great, he will win 4-2, he will win
You
3-1, but
you
he will
you
still
know
win.
you know what Arsene Wenger has that A- Arsene Wenger got eye for a very good midfielder. Who knows Cazorla when Cazorla
When
started
Wenger
playing?
brought him in.
Nobody knows Cazorla.
True.
And Wilshere came from the academy. So you understand all those
Yeah, but you could see the
they
boys,
click.
Patrick Vieira, all of
Patrick
these
Vieira,
midfielders at
nobody knows
Arsenal
them then. It's
that
just
bombed
like
it
kind
up.
of it's just like kind of make them a good
No man,
player and
we've had some good
good
midfielders,
good
man.
good midfielders
Fabregas,
then,
those boys used
Fabregas
to
and all.
create
But
so many
now
chances.
we're having Xhaka in the middle. The Xhaka, oh my God.
It's a crazy situation. Randy
Yeah.
Viper says it's funny how when Emery used to win by a goal, everyone used to slate him, but when Ateta wins unconvincingly, then everyone is happy. Let me tell you what's happening here,
Yeah.
Randy Viper. You see, when Emery came immediately after Arsene Wenger. You
Yeah.
see, under Wenger, we were used to scoring goals,
hmm
right? I mean, Aubameyang came in half of the season, he got 10 goals. Lacazette was scoring goals. You know, we had Giroud that will come off on the bench and score goals.
We
So
got
goals,
goal scoring midfielders
you
then
get
as
we
well
exactly. So goals were not a strange thing to us.
to us.
So
Yeah.
Emery coming in and scoring only 1 goal, it was like, wait, what's going on here? We're declining. But you
Mm.
see, currently we're in a place where we went our first 3 games and didn't get a single goal.
Single goal.
So any goal we see now,
We take
brother,
it. We're
we go
gonna take it.
celebrate, because we score. You don't see Aubameyang run, so they start to blow
That-
kiss. Say, oh
you know,
man, he finally got a goal in the league. Now that's what
even
it
he even tweeted that a lot of people saying that we are lucky to score 1 goal, and it's 3 points. He said that win means a lot
It means
to
a
them.
lot though, because you can't remember last time he scored. And it's really
It's got-
sad because this is the same Aubameyang who was highest goal scorer in the league in his
you
first
know,
full season. His
yeah,
second full season, he was 1 goal away from the golden
from
boot. And all of
from
a
the goal,
sudden, he's just happy to be able to get 1 goal
one
in
goal.
4 games. It's ridiculous. But it's where we've met ourselves now as a club.
Mm.
Hopefully we can drag ourselves out of it. I personally think we're going to be Burnley. Maybe this is just my Arsenal optimism back again. Hopefully, I can prove you wrong again next week, Mossy Boy.
Hopefully,
Um, uh, I mean, I think it's going to be a tough game. I don't see us scoring more than 1 or 2 goals. But yeah, let's keep it going. I think now it's a bit better because many of our players are back. I mean, Partey came on during the Norwich game. We have Gabriel is back. I think it's going to be Gabriel. It's going to be what's his name? Tierney, Gabriel, Ben White, and Tomiyasu now. That seems to be our
I
first
think I think
defensive choice.
Tomiyasu just need to get a bit more fitter, then he will be playing 90 minutes game
90
for us.
minutes. You saw him against Burnley. The man had so much energy.
And
He
he can jump.
He can jump.
That guy
It
can
looks
jump.
like he
Yeah.
learns, kung fu or something. The guy knows how to use his entire body. That was so interesting to me to see.
Mhm.
For me to see. Osman Ali says this is becoming a joke now. Is Tadi ever returning from his rant in Texas? Tadi was on the show like 3 weeks ago now. Oh,
Yeah.
how long ago was that?
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Not last week,
we've
but
missed
week
you on
before.
the show, Osman Ali.
Yeah.
Randy Weber says no chance, Birmingham. Burnley will beat us now. Well, I mean, I
That,
hope you will be
exactly.
here
That's
next
what it
week.
is.
I hope you'll be
That's
here
what I
next week
said.
because I will gloat over you guys. He says I'm happy with no Tadi on this show. Hello.
You know what I think? Do you know what I think, Birmingham? It looks like you're trying to move to Atata in now, right?
No.
You're just
Let me say it.
defending.
Let me say it
Anyway,
outrightly. I'm Ateta out. If you follow me on Twitter, like I blast Ateta on a daily basis. There's nothing. In fact, I asked myself the other day. I asked people on Twitter. I said I don't know what these players have done to deserve a
mm,
manager like Ateta. Like I don't.
you
Like I
on,
feel
yeah.
like what did they offend? Because the guy
Mm,
is so. When he dropped Leno, the way he dropped Leno for me, well, even though I understand it, but I'm like, you're going to diminish the value of the goalkeeper. There's a way to do these kind of things, right? For a club that doesn't even have money. But I mean, I'm fully Ateta out, like you said, regardless of whether we
it,
win or lose. I want
it
the
it
man to go.
doesn't it doesn't know how to put a value on the player.
It doesn't.
That is the thing.
And the truth is, he
For
can learn it.
example now,
It's inexperienced, right? That's
yeah,
why he
but
doesn't know how to do it.
for example now, look at our first two games that I know we lost the first two games. We Lukonga. Lokonga is a drive force. They give him the ball, he driving the midfield forward.
Yeah.
When it comes to Manchester City, why did you drop him?
Why did you drop him? Just let him
You
play,
understand? Just let him play. He's been our best player in the first two games, and you drop him, and you're expecting the magic to happen.
That's
You
Mikel
know?
Arteta for you. And I was gonna say, I was also going to say, what was I gonna say just now? Sorry, skip my mind.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, I'm fully Arteta out, regardless of what happens. I
Hmm.
want him gone. I want to see a better manager. I was gonna say about Divock Origi. So today I was on Twitter,
Hmm.
and after the game yesterday, when they interviewed Jurgen Klopp,
Yeah.
and I was talking about Divock Origi. He said that Divock Origi is a fantastic player, and he doesn't understand why other clubs are not showing interest in him. This is the same Divock Origi that he doesn't even use, right?
He
But you
doesn't
can
use
see
him.
a manager, regardless of the quality of his player,
Hmm.
is telling the press, "My player is a fantastic
Fantastic
player."
player
You get, he's bigging up the player, he's putting value on that player.
on that
In
player. Yeah.
contrast, when our own people go and talk about our players, you start hearing we need to clear the dead wood. There's some players here who are not good enough. That's how you tank. It's a difference in experience, in my opinion. But
Mm.
hopefully, it gets better going forward. Big ups to you, Bagav, as well. Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are doing well. Bagav says, big up Randy Viper, Mans, and everyone. Big ups to all you guys. We're going to bring the show to a wrap now. Like I said earlier, we're trying to keep the show a bit shorter, keep it within the 30 minutes frame. But big ups to everyone that has joined us. I'm gonna say it. My biggest hope is I come here next week and I'm going to shame Mosibo and Randy Viper because Arsenal would have beaten Burnley. But
We'll see.
anyways, thanks a lot for tuning in. It's Lasgidi Effect, and we will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Tick tock, time na money. Ori, me, check a shake yori. Licky, come and take me away to the place of my desire. I don't wanna be there to the